Welcome everyone to a night on the DL session 38. As you can tell, I am recording this by myself because I messed up. For whatever reason, the audio portion for the first roughly 14 minutes of the last recording didn't get in, so I'm going to kind of fill everybody in on what happened there. The BigYin gave us a nice recap, and the group was deciding what they were planning on doing. So session 37 starts with the group hanging out in Mother Yalantha's after finding out that there are the sheets have been kind of torn off and all of that jazz, as well as finding magical paper, some magical ink, and no way of reading those papers. From there, they decide on what they want to do. They really think, and they find this weird black ichor underneath the beds as they were kind of tossing and turning that. Lando, being the astute and very strong investigator that he is, goes to touch it. Doesn't seem like anything happens. As Ulrich walks by, cleaves a portion of that bed in twain, cutting off the bottom left portion of the bed that has the legs on it. As he does that, the black ichor seems to get absorbed into this leg piece. From there, Ulrich starts to inspect it, and as he does that, he is overcome by this black ichor as it flows into his body, causing him to laugh. Upon seeing this, the BigYin hears a voice in his head that he believes to be Pan explain to him that, hey, you can probably dispel this magic, so he decides to do that, exorcising this demon from Ulrich's body because it was so early on into this kind of absorption and takeover method, filing back into that same piece of wood, that leg. From there, the BigYin picks it up, and from there, he hears voices in his head asking him to bring it closer and closer. And before he can actually bring it close enough to his face for the ichor to go flow into him, Elwarren shoots it out of his hand, causing it to bounce to the ground. From there, the group decides to split into two different parties after some time of discussing on what their next steps are. Before this, though, they head outside and try to light this piece of wood on fire, hoping to exorcise the demon and then handle off all these problems away from them. However, Lando, as he tries to light this thing on fire with his newfound barbarian abilities, finds that he is unable to light this piece of wood on fire. BigYin also tries to cast some magic on it. It seems to fizzle out before it can even reach this piece of magical wood that is now houses a demon. From there, the party splits. Ulrich and Elwarren decide to look around the town, specifically Mother Yalantha's location and property, to find out more information. After getting keys from her, they scour all the different rooms in the inn. They find out that there are two sets of people that have been residing there that are still in the space. One of them explains to them that there has been some shaking and rattling in their room at various times of day since they've been there. And as they head up to the uppermost level, they find the room is very well kept, very clean in comparison to the regular domiciles quarters for this boarding house. And they also find some magic paper themselves. Unable to read it, they just take it with them and decide to head out. During this time of the investigation, BigYin and Lando head over to Garfield's place in order to garner some information on what this piece of wood could be and what the paper is. From there, they find out that Garfield did make the paper himself, and he had sold it to Valvo and a few other places, and he does have a way to read it using a magic reader that he has. And he explains to them that he would be more than happy to help them take care of this demon, requiring some blood from BigYin and 100 gold pieces to take care of this demon as part of his payment. From there, the group decides that they will have Garfield read through this paper. They read through the first page, find out some information, and he explains to them that he'll transcribe the rest of it and read through it before giving it to them as part of the deal. However, they've chosen not to go forward with the demon exorcism, as BigYin is wary about giving away his blood. That roughly wraps it up as the group heads back to the Magic Tree House to meet up with Cromwell. And from there, we will jump back into our group as they are discussing next steps for what their game plan is. Stay tuned. Yeah. So what's going on in your do you have any issues with your room, Lando?
I mean, um, uh, there is one aspect of it that I enjoy, um, except for what it's filled with, but that's all right. We can deal with that.
So that can
Uh,
be changed with whatever your desires are.
I feel like Lando's more of a beer guy,
Yeah, and it turns into that.
you know,
Yeah.
and then uh, maybe a bed instead of a hammock.
Okay.
More
Yeah, and
like
that'll
Like just
change.
just like just like a little I don't need much, like a nice just puffy twin would be pretty okay.
Yeah, sure. So as you guys are kind of thinking about what you want, your fun little guardian friend kind of pops out next to you and starts taking some notes as you guys are kind of mentioning these things you want changed. And they say, "Got it, boss." And they head off to your rooms, and you guys hear like the comical like Wile E. Coyote, like the hammers smacking, and like the 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 like grinding sounds and like sawing sounds, all of that as they get to work to your guys' rooms to make it more to your liking.
This might be a weird question, but I might be dating myself or just, it's just something I'm gonna ask, but how did we come into uh access to this treehouse?
That was
Oh,
through BigYin's staff.
I
Oh,
as I learn more about as I kind of get more of become a more powerful druid and more in a maybe aligned with Pan or what I think is Pan. Well, the staff here, it gets a wee bit more powerful. It gets all sorts of fun little
is this
abilities.
like the one you bought back in the day, like you've had for a while?
Aye, aye,
Okay.
the one we got from that fine blacksmith and cart master,
Yeah. I remember.
your friend,
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
Stink Eye McGee.
Yep.
Stink Eye McGee. Aye,
How can you
so
forget his name? Let's be real here.
I mean,
I forget a lot of things.
pretty easily. So I can summon 3 once a day. Aye, once a day.
What
So
happens to the homies who are like working here?
No, they're tied to the tree.
But
They are they are servants of Pan. They are guardian servants of Pan.
where do they go
They
when the tree house collapses?
the tree, you might say, is its own pocket. The magical bag that our friend Elwarin has. How
Yes.
there's sort of a pocket dimension in there that he can reach in and pull a wee beastie out,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Well, the tree is exactly the same thing.
Cool.
It's its own pocket dimension. It's a lot bigger on the inside than it is on the outside.
Yep.
And anything we store in it stays there because it's in its own it's in its own pocket of space time apart from everything else. So we can put food, meat, beer. It'll only age for as long as we're in there. So we could go in there, go hunting. So we could go hunting, kill a bunch of deer, dress it, skin it, put it in there, and it'll keep for as long as it takes for us to eat because time only passes when we're in there. So I get to summon our own home in a pocket dimension whenever I feel like it.
That's pretty
Well,
cool.
once a day. Hey, it's quite nice.
when when you say once a day, let's say we had it up overnight and you take it down, would you be able to call it again that same day?
It's once per long rest.
It's
Once per
once
long
per
rest.
long rest.
But if we have the long rest in the tree,
He would be
Hey,
able
I
to
like
do it
it.
again the next day. Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
That would be crazy. Hey guys, we fell asleep in the tree and now I can't cast it again. That sounds awful. No.
Well,
It's
I
yeah.
just I just
That
didn't know if that means like once a day, once you like a day after you put it down, or just like once a day.
Oh no, it's just once a long rest. So like the
Okay,
the idea about it is that you guys can sleep in it, and then you wake up, and then the next evening you can just sleep in it again. That's kind of the
perfect. Yeah,
concept of it.
Like if all of us leave, then it goes, and I have to. So it's like the long rest. So I cast it. We take the long rest. The spell's recharged. I can cast it the next day.
And he doesn't have his
So-
staff while the tree's up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah, I mean, and that makes total sense too, because that way we don't have to keep it up all day
Mhm.
with someone in it, because we could just bring it back in the evening.
Mm-hmm.
Right, but it's
Which is
only
good.
been. But we've been doing this whole investigation thing in like
Oh,
game
yeah.
time for like a day.
Uh,
So
yeah,
we
not,
haven't
not
even had a
probably.
rest.
Yeah, this
Actually,
investigation's
yeah.
gone for like an hour, roughly, I would say.
Yeah. So it's like we went to Valvo's, bought a bunch of stuff, and then we split up and went investigating.
Actually, we'll say like an hour and a half, because I feel like it would have taken you guys a bit just doing all your shopping and investigating. We'll say it's been like an hour and a half to almost 2 hours for all of this stuff.
Cool. Yeah.
So it's
so-
roughly like 8 a.m.
Hey, wait.
Oh. Busy morning, huh?
Yeah.
So effectively, what should we do next?
Well, we should go back to Bravo and just see if we can find out a bit more about that paper, and if he happened to recently sell some to some people. Some people from the Earth Cold. If he, I mean, he probably doesn't know, or he might not know. We don't know. But someone, those people had the paper that Volvo does sell at the store, so we could find out more about them, who they are.
You know, I just had a thought. I've got this very special wand of secrets I could use. I wonder if we went back to the rooming house, I could use it, and it may point out the secret door for us. I didn't think about it till just now.
That sounds like a good choice or a good option for us to find out more.
Aye, it may just be a good idea.
So should we go to Volvo first and see if he remembers selling some magic paper recently?
Yeah, it might
maybe-
be a good idea.
Maybe we don't mention that we have some ourselves, but maybe we just tell them we heard about some of that paper.
Hey, that's a fair point. I reckon what we may want to do is two of us go back to the rooming house, and two of us go to Valuable, and then we meet back at Garfield's to get the paper and the lens.
So how would you guys be splitting that up? Because you still only have one stone of far speech.
Well,
So-
Elwer and I also have our. If Elwer and I don't go together, we have our we have our rings.
Yeah, so that's why I'm asking. How are you guys splitting this up? Because Ulrich would now be in possession of the stone of far speech, as he doesn't want to have anything to do with magic stuffs or Garfield's place. So he'd rather just hang out in the treehouse.
So I figure Lando and I could go off to the rooming house and do a bit more exploring, and just go to the two rooms that Elwarin visited, the one that supposedly shakes and the one that we broke the bed in, and try the wand out.
Okay. And then Elwyn and Cromwell go to Valvo's, and then you guys meet at Garfield's place whenever you get the ping.
Sounds good to me.
I'm asking you. I wasn't just trying to say. I was trying to get an idea.
That's exactly what I was getting at.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Yeah. So that's how you guys want to split up. That's totally fine. However, just so we're all clear, Ulrich will only be able to hear what El Warren is up to.
That's fine.
Yeah. Just giving you all a heads up.
Well, there may be a little bit of a narrative telephone going on.
Sure. Cool. So yeah. So you guys head off. We'll switch it up. We'll do El Warren and Cromwell first. The people that aren't doing the investigating will go second. So, Elwarren, Cromwell, you guys are walking down to Valvo's place. See Valvo with his cheery smile. He's like, "Ah, yes, gentlemen, are you guys back for more items? More money to spend, eh?"
I'll just look at Cromwell, wondering if he has more money to spend.
What do you got?
Same thing that I showed you like an hour ago.
Then no, thank you.
I think
Hmm.
we're good.
Okay. What can I help you boys with then?
We were curious if you're selling magical paper. Garfield mentioned that he created some, and you are selling some of it, and just want to see if that's true.
Oh, yes. I sold some about about a month ago now.
Do you remember who you were selling it to?
Uh hmm. You guys see him kind of go to the back of his store, and he like pulls out a ledger. He flips it. He's like, no name. He said he wanted to be anonymous. I thought that was weird, so I gave a brief description. Brown hair, short stature, black cloak. That's what I have written down.
Interesting. Have you seen that man before?
Just when he came into my shop. Hadn't seen him before that. Hadn't seen him since.
And he was by himself?
Yep.
Interesting. Anything else that stood out when he was here?
He didn't really seem interested in any of the other things. Like none of the books were interesting to him. He didn't really seem interested in any potions or anything like that was here. He just seemed very interested in finding magic paper. So I don't know if he knows about Garfield's paper and was just really enamored with it, or what kind of brought that about.
And when he came in, he asked straight for the paper. He knew you were selling it, or was he more curious if you had anything like that?
He kind of came in and asked like what I had, and I kind of showed him around, and then as soon as he saw the paper, that was it. He was sold. I even doubled the price to see if he'd haggle, and he paid it. So I made a pretty penny off of it.
Good for you.
I know, it was quite good. Quite good.
Wish you had more customers like that, I bet.
Oh. Yeah, you should take that BigYin and bring him down. I'm sure I could do the same thing to him.
I'm sure you can.
Yeah. Trying to think.
Then they insult my intelligence, laddie.
Well, you don't happen to sell anything to be able to read this magic paper, right?
Oh, no. It was part of the set. The set came with 20 sheets of paper, the magic ink, and the reader.
Okay. And do you sell more of those readers, or do you just sell them as a set?
Oh, no, it came as a set. I guess I could ask for Garfield if you guys are looking to buy some. I could get some. I mean, I heard you guys are pretty chummy with him. I'm pretty sure he wouldn't mind selling you some if you needed it.
Yeah, I was just curious. No worries. We're currently we don't have any need for buying any of these readers at this moment.
Mm-hmm. And then he looks over at Cromwell. He's like, "Hey, mask boy,
Yes.
would you like a new mask?"
What kind of masks?
I got a wooden one here that has a fancy little inscription on it.
Is it black?
I can make it black.
Is the inscription dangerous?
He sits there and he thinks for a moment before he responds. Only dangerous if you want it to be.
Can I see the said mask?
Yeah. And he walks over. It's a fairly plain looking wooden mask that he brings over. And on it you see there's a red script in a language you can't read. And as you go to grab it, you feel something interesting about it, and you can't quite put your tongue on it.
Can I do some kind of Arcana check?
Yeah.
Am I able to see the mask as well?
I would say you're next to him. Yeah. So Valvo's not trying to hide this mask. He just looked at Cromwell. He's like, "Ah, yes, this boy wears masks, so maybe he'd be interested in this sort of thing."
Do I recognize the language on it?
No, you also do not.
Can I try a history check to see if I've ever seen this before?
Sure.
Nope.
Yeah, so Cromwell, as you're kind of reading it, you feel magic, and that's about as good as a feel you can get from it. Warren, as you kind of read it, you kind of recall seeing something like this once before, but you were a small child, like wandering around with your family, so you can't really make out what script that is, but you know that it's nothing that you understand.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is intriguing. I have a feeling that Garfield or someone else may know more about it.
Well, you ain't
Well,
bringing it out of my shop, that's for sure. You gotta pay for it before you walk out with it.
Well,
I
do you
have
happen to know?
I have been wearing this current mask for a while now.
Yeah, it looks kind of smelly. That's why I wanted to offer you this fresh one.
Smelly.
Yeah, if you wear something for
I
two.
wash this thing every day.
Now, time out. Do you actually do that?
Let's say I do.
Okay. All right, then it's actually that statement he said is just a selling tactic. He doesn't actually mean it. Then we'll say that.
Okay.
Sorry,
That's-
I was
that's-
under the impression you wash it as often as you wash yourself, which is not very often.
No, the mask is something that's sacred since it
Okay.
hides my face.
Fair. Cool. I like that.
He means it.
Yeah.
It's not a selling tactic. He was just being a dick.
No, it was a. Come on now, guys. You don't need to be writing off Alvo as an asshole. He's just trying to sell his wares.
How
Um,
much for the mask?
mm. And he hops over to the back. And as you guys see him hop to the back, there's a little like kind of like gate to his step that's different, you would say, than normal. And as he comes back, he has a piece of parchment with the inscription stating "fancy mask" at the top, with a line through the bottom, and then underneath it says "can be sold for 50 gold pieces," and he hands that to you.
Why does he need a piece of paper for that?
Where exactly did you get this?
From a merchant.
Was said merchant wearing some kind of suspicious hood?
Nope, he was just wearing a mask that looked like this one. That's why I thought you'd like it.
Let's say we play a game of dragon chess, and if I beat you, you sell it to me for 30 gold.
You do remember that
know,
Dragon
do-
Chess
do
is
you-
an intelligence-based game, correct?
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I know.
Valvo kind of sizes you up and he says, "All right, but if you lose, you have to pay me 60."
Cool. Sounds good.
All right, check on it.
Also,
Cool.
I'm proficient in dragon chess, but I don't know if that.
Yeah, so what you do is you roll the intelligence plus your proficiency bonus.
Okay.
So whatever that, I think it's +3 or whatever it says on your character sheet.
It does not say. It's a question mark right now on my character.
No,
sheet.
what's your proficiency bonus? It literally says that next to your.
Oh, 3.
Yeah, so it's intelligence +3. So just roll the intelligence and add
Okay.
3 to it. Whoops, that's not what I meant to roll. Dang, that 17 would have been dope.
0 successes.
Damn, he only rolled a 10. Oh, it's a tie. All right, we roll. It's you guys force a stalemate, so you guys have to play again. Jesus
Aha.
fucking
Ooh.
Christ.
Cromwell is smart.
Not an intelligence save. Oh, you lost then. It's not an intelligence. Oh wait, no, that adds your proficiency to it. So you lost the first one actually.
Wait, it doesn't add my proficiency.
Yep, because you're proficient in intelligence saves. I just said a straight intelligence roll, which is a -1 for you, and so that adds the +3 because you're proficient in intelligence saves as a paladin. Yes. So you lost the first game actually.
Hold
and
on
won the
now.
next two.
Hold on now. Go with the intelligence.
All right, then he gets to roll again because you fucking rolled 3 times at this point.
Deal.
Well, you've already rolled twice. Actually, you are also rolled.
Oh,
Of course.
I guess that's fair enough. That's
But
fair.
you get a +3 to that. So it's actually a 21 to a 22. So it's a very close contest. And because it was such a close contest, Valvo feels obliged to allow you to keep it for 40 gold pieces. A discount, but not quite the discount you were expecting to get.
That's
Because it was
great
such a
deal
good
to
game.
me. 40 gold it is. Thanks for the entertainment.
Excellent, excellent. As you guys leave the shop, he closes the door and he kind of hops away in that kind of strange gait again.
That was strange.
You know, I feel like he lied to me.
Yeah, I would definitely have that checked out before you put it on your face.
Well, that too, but that piece of parchment is very suspicious. He could have written that himself for all I know.
True, but then it didn't seem like overly expensive if it has some power to it. I would be very careful with it.
Maybe I'll throw it on BigYin's face and see what happens. Oh shit, he can hear you, huh?
No,
No.
not connected. Not connected to him right now. All good. But speaking of which, let me check in on them and if they found anything else out. I'm assuming this would be a good point to jump over to them.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. All right, cool. Let's open up the fun map. I'll just pull all of you guys over just so everybody can see.
I'm gonna step away for a second. Be right back.
Yeah, no worries. So BigYin and Lando, you guys find yourselves outside, about ready to go in. Hello,
I'm here.
making sure. Yeah. So how do you guys how would you guys like to enter?
I'm gonna just walk in.
Okay, cool.
I don't see a door, so I'm assuming I don't have to walk or knock.
Well, the door was there. I haven't reset the map since they came in last time.
Oh,
So
cool,
the big end follows in behind, and look. And I'm assuming this is the landlady. This is Mother Jalaska.
yeah.
Yalantha.
Mother Jalaska.
Yalantha.
Do you remember me?
Yes. Yes, I just
Oh, Yalantha.
I saw you less than an hour ago, son. Is your
Hey,
memory
well.
failing you?
Oh no, ma'am, not at all.
Hmm.
I just mean to be respectful.
And
I had a.
she takes another long draw from the same pipe that she's been smoking all morning.
I mean to go have another shifty at the rooms that my friends were examining. I've had another thought that might shed some more light on the situation. I just felt it would be appropriate for me to uh, let you know that we were going to go look again,
Mm.
and you didn't think that there was any thieving or untoward activities taking place on
Mm.
your property.
Okay. And so you have the ring of keys Ulrich gave you, that
I
she
do.
had given him. I'm just because it wasn't explicitly stated, so I'm just saying that's what happened. She's like, yeah, you can go ahead and take the stairs, and she kind of points in this direction towards the spiral staircase, or you can head out the stone steps and head back into the room the way you guys came in last time.
Hey, we'll proceed up the stairs here. Thank you kindly.
Mm.
And I go
I
up
would
the
like to
stairs.
see those keys back though when you're done.
I will
Thank you.
as soon as I'm done.
Thank you.
And I go up the stairs.
Cool. All right. I'll just move
And
you guys real fast. No. Why are you doing these
okay,
things?
you do it. You do it.
The stairs are here. I'm just moving you to the other map that the stairs are
Okay.
are on.
So, right. So I'll go. All right, right into this room first. Open the door. Go in,
Mhm.
and I'll pull out the wand of secrets, and I will use the first of 3 charges.
Okay.
Do you need a refresh on what it does?
No. Yeah. So you ring it, and no secret doors seem to open up.
Well, it's supposed to vibrate, I think, within 30 feet.
Yeah, nothing. No, I was just
Okay.
saying nothing happens.
Mm.
So that's one charge.
Okay. So we'll go check. Which was the room that was shaking? Can you indicate?
There's this one up here.
We'll go check this one. Well, it's like Lando, this way, and I'll knock on the door.
What?
What's going on, Lando? What are you confused by, buddy?
I can't. Oh,
Yeah,
it wasn't letting me.
You gotta put yourself through the door.
It wasn't letting me leave the room.
All right,
So
cool.
I'll knock on the door to see if anyone's there.
Yeah, and you hear again. Yes. What can I help you? I don't even know who it is this time. What do you need?
Hello?
What?
You want pillow fluff? Room service? No.
Nope, I ain't falling for that again, boys.
Is that what they said last time? I doubt it.
So wait, this is the room that was shaking, or the room above them was the one that was shaking?
This is the room that you heard was shaking. There are other rooms here that have had dust, and like they could tell from based on how the dust had landed that the desks and the chairs had been moved through some kind of vibration in kind of erratic ways. But yeah, so this is the room that they first heard the knowledge from.
Okay, so 30
so-
feet.
What can I help you with, boys?
And before I respond, I'll use the wand again.
Okay.
Use the second charge.
Yep, nothing happened. You don't see anything.
Even so, it doesn't even vibrate if I'm pointing like 30, pointing into the room.
Nope. Like I said, no response. No response from it. Same like if you were when you were in the other room. No response.
Well, I mean, secret door on a second floor seems
That's a fair point.
unlikely.
So we'll go out by the stone. We'll go out by the stone stairs and just leave this guy hanging.
Okay.
Well, actually, hang on, Lando. Just a bit of table talk. Should we just kick in the door, kick the guy's ass, and steal his shit? No, that'd be illegal. We'd get in trouble and thrown in jail. Let's not do that.
That's not going to stop me from doing it.
No, I'm gonna walk out. And it's like, right, come on, let's go check the last. There's a light in this room. Did they check this room?
Yes.
Which room was this?
This is the top room where they found the papers.
Right. Okay. And I'll make my way over to that room, please.
Okay. Lando, are you kicking down this door at all?
I'll just knock again. Be like, hey, can we check this room out real quick?
What do you need to check this for?
Suspicious activity, I guess.
Boy.
Nothing too crazy. It will be in and out. It's just,
Let's stop you guys from constantly.
We've got the landlady's permission to be here. So
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Give me.
I'm just trying to do my job, man, and you're kind of impeding that effort.
Yeah.
And
You hear some like deep sighs. Let me get my pants on, boy. Give me a second. After about like a minute, you hear some shuffling around in the room. The door opens. Cool. So BigYin, you head outside to the other.
No, these are bad people.
Okay.
Oh wait, fine. I hear him talking and I hear him open
Okay.
up the door, so I turn around and come back.
Okay.
This is that mage bitch.
I'm very confused.
Isn't that the same character as
He's just looking at the token.
Hey, is this homie in a hood? Are these meant to be the same people?
I don't think any of them are the same tokens, but maybe I have reused a token. No, this is just so as you walk in, you see a grizzled old war vet in his roughly 50s. He has a salt and pepper mustache with a kind of scruffy looking beard. He has a sword at his side and a shield on his arm, just kind of hanging down. It looks like all his armor and all his gear look like very like roughshod, like he put them on in a hurry. Perhaps you would make the argument. And then you see a woman in the back who is wearing like a fairly nice dress, nothing too fancy, but nothing revealing. And she's just kind of sitting on the bed, just looking at you expectantly. And the man is like, all right, boys, we had another group of you in here maybe 20, 30 minutes ago at this point. I can't even remember. We told them about the room shaking once in a while. Is there anything else you need from us?
Well, I did have a question. Now, you said this room would shake.
Damn it.
Could you tell if the vibration was coming from below, above, to the right, to the left? Could you sense where it might have been located,
I,
where it emanated from?
I guess below, if I had to hazard a guess, it didn't feel like it was shaking above us, but there aren't anybody who lives above us, if that makes sense. It's just,
Aye, it does. I
yeah.
appreciate you the information. You see, there's a wee bit of a disturbance about a month ago, and well, we're looking into the situation. We're doing a wee bit of work for the local guard. They're not too keen on
There is a room
investigating
right below
ruffles.
this that this landlady's outside of. So that's
Just
pretty
wait.
sus.
I didn't mean to disturb you. It's just we're very interested in understanding just what might have befell what happened here. 8 people didn't return. What
Yeah.
are you aware?
Sorry, 1 second. Elwar and Cromwell, can you guys see anything on this map, or is it just a black screen for you? I never asked.
I can
We
see
can.
everything.
So you can see like where they're at and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Cool. I just wanted to make sure you guys can see. All right, continue. Sorry.
So, um, we're just trying to help the local authorities to get a better understanding of what may have happened here. They didn't want any trouble in their town, and in no way are we accusing you, good sir. We're just trying to understand, soothe people's feelings and make everyone feel safe. I didn't mean to disturb.
It's fine. It's just second group of y'all coming in and asking us the same questions. It feels like maybe y'all should work together.
I completely understand, sir. The first group, well, they're a bit more on the physical side. I deal with the
He looks at
I
over
just
at Lando and he looks at you. He's like, "Are you sure about that, Bucko?"
and I just wave my hand, esoteric side.
I don't know what that word means, but you use these big words. I, I don't know. I mean, what are you trying to find? Like, there's clothes in here, and he kind of points at the dresser. He's like, and there's nothing on the desks or in the chairs. Just we got stuff in here.
Have you noticed any odd actually hmm,
So, El Warren, now would be a good time to just maybe relay whatever information BigYin is trying to grasp that you guys may have already gotten from these people.
Yeah, I honestly thought that when I gave him a recap, even though it was very brief, it would have been everything we saw last time. But sure, we can.
Yeah,
I'll
just
type.
my one thought is like the bed sheets. Did you check them?
I
no.
mean, there's people in the room. I didn't just check their bed sheets.
Appreciated. So he'll begin kind of focus his brain again. He says, do you mind if I just check something on one of the sheets?
Make an Arcana
There
check
was
before you do that to see if you can sense any magic in the room first.
yeah. So I'll focus.
Yeah.
The-
Before you
did.
ask that, yeah.
I
So
did, and I got an 11.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Cool. I just wanted to
What a
like
miserable roll.
I want to let that conversation occur first.
That was also bad.
Yeah, it's good. No, Land, I was keeping your first rolls. I just wanted to let the conversation flow before I just interrupted with that. So yeah, so
Cool.
Lando, you sense magic nowhere in this room. You
Nice.
feel like the woman in the back may be magical, like she could cast a spell or two, but no piece of clothing or piece or item in the room seems to be magical to you. And BigYin, you're magical. Lando has some magic in him, and you sense something in the room has magic, but you can't quite put your finger on it.
Is it the same thing that what I'm sensing? It's the lady.
He's not sure. He can't quite put his finger on it.
I think we should check out the downstairs room. Did they look at that one? Table talk? Did they?
They've
Guys,
looked. They've checked every room.
Alright, can you
We,
guys?
I mean, to be honest, we didn't check. I mean, if there's any more rooms downstairs below this room, we didn't check it. If there's a room.
Oh, maybe you guys only checked like the. Oh, that's right. You guys only checked like the bottom half of that first floor.
Yeah. Yeah.
The one that she's like sitting right out front of.
Well,
It's got
well,
the
also,
rug in front of it.
just as a reminder, the room that we were mostly talking about was the up, like all the way upstairs. That's the one
There, well, this
that
room.
you guys. Yeah,
they're
that's the
talking-
one that. That's the one we were talking about where it looked like someone was there. It was very neat, but
Not
that's where we-
again.
and that's where we found the papers.
Yeah,
That's what we
I'm
thought
just
you guys-
talking about from like the
Yeah.
moving aspect. You know?
Yeah. So there is one room below this. Yes, that you guys
Yeah.
didn't look for.
But
Look at.
but we also
Alright.
mentioned that there was a second room that also showed that there was possibly vibration, and it wasn't that room. So if it's just the one room below it, it wouldn't make sense that the other room was moving as well.
Mhm.
So
Well,
just as a
no, but
reminder.
the way I'm thinking about it is like if there's rooms that have vibrated, then the vibration has to emanate from some point.
Yeah, but all I'm saying is we pointed out that the most interesting room was the one all the way upstairs, which was above the room that you guys are in right now. Because that's where we found the papers. That's where we noticed that the fire was going, but no one was there. And it was a suspicious room, but we couldn't make out anything in the room.
I mean, I'll just grab. That's the room we're in currently, right?
Nope, it's the one to the bottom right on the map, which is above that one.
Okay, well then we'll go check out that room. Sorry, it's just some of that stuff did not make it into my notes, and I
worries.
apologize.
That's all right.
That's all
Like I
right.
said, I was just trying to avoid you guys putting your foot in your mouth from a social standpoint, because that wouldn't be something you guys would do typically, I would say.
Yeah.
Like you guys would both recognize that asking to check someone's sheets in their personal room would not be the way to go unless you were like super duper suspicious of them for some reason.
I mean,
So
take
just-
a look at your sheets.
Yeah, so I just wanted to.
I think I would ask that question.
I feel like no, with your wisdom score, you would not. If you had an 8 wisdom, I would allow it.
I have a 13 wisdom
Yeah, so it's not gonna happen, buddy. I'm sorry.
because I'm smart.
You are smart when it comes to etiquette with people. Mr. Leader
Sure.
taught you well.
Yeah.
So, so am I picking up any kind of signals from Lando just to like move on?
I don't think you're ever gonna pick up any of those signals from me. I feel like
Hey, you
I'm definitely a lingerer. You know, like I stay past my welcome.
which I think is fine with your 8 intelligence. I think that's okay.
Yeah.
so
Just stand in the room, keep smiling.
the
at
last
them.
thing the last thing I'll say is the last thing I'd like to check that we in one of the rooms we found a wee strange thing with
Maybe hold on. Aren't we trying to work on you every time we meet somebody new? You just tell them everything.
He's
Yeah.
already told them a good amount of information.
Yeah. Way too much already, but
you have to give a little information to get some. I
Yeah,
basically
but if you
spun
give
a
them
yarn.
all the information, we usually get none. It goes both ways.
Oh, fine. You fucking do the talking then.
He's like, oh no, I have to do something.
We're just gonna leave. Like, just turn around.
Hmm.
We all have recognized that we are overstaying our welcome, and we're just gonna leave. And I'll just say sorry to have bothered you.
It's
I'll
I'll
okay.
let you lead the conversation then. I don't need to fucking talk. I just have the magic wand that's trying to find a
I'm gonna
secret door. You
bow
know,
my
fuck
head,
this
and we're
dude,
gonna
I'm out.
walk out of the building, of the room.
All right, I see how it is.
Okay, cool. All right, so I'll just move you guys out. So you guys want to check this room down here now?
The big one.
Because
the-
this is
the-
where the other space that you saw that you were told had shaking things occur.
I'm just BigYin's frustrated at this point, so he just takes the key, sticks it in the door, opens it, and walks in.
Okay.
My anticipation is that like this is just what my thinking is. You know, table talk wise, like there's some kind of, if there is something in here, it's some kind of door that every time it opens, something's moving.
Okay,
Did
yeah.
that make
Hang on a
sense?
second.
Like that's what.
You guys can walk in. What happened now? Oh, you're checking.
So, never mind. I'll walk in.
So we only have one more deal with the thing.
one more
so-
charge till
Yeah, that's
tomorrow.
fine. Then it recharges after a long rest.
Upstairs.
Yeah,
Oh.
so
Why don't we?
this
Why don't we?
yeah, so here is where the other like kind of shaking things were found, and then up here is where here, let me remove Ulrich.
Yeah, but why would it be upstairs? That literally makes no sense.
He's
Like-
not saying that's where the shaking's coming from. He's just saying like that's another place to just check out in general. That's where the points of interest were. This
Okay.
room,
Deacon just walks over and
this
grabs
room,
the
and that room.
grabs the top sheet,
Okay,
spins it around,
nothing,
sees what happens.
nothing.
Okay, he puts it back down neatly, makes the bed, walks out. Right, let's go check the other room.
So, and you would also know that the sheets on the top floor also were picked up and tossed, and nothing occurred.
Cool. So we'll make our way over to that room. Do you want to carry us over there, DM? Or
You guys going to the upper room now?
yeah.
Okay, yeah, I will move you guys. Just do that. Ta-da!
I'll use the last charge on the Wand of Secrets.
Yeah, nothing happens.
Well, I'm scuppered for ideas. And I'll just kind of stop, focus on Elwer, and say, "Aye, no secret doors. And I burned all the charges. I'll have to recharge it tonight."
Well, it was worth a try. We did talk to Valvo about selling the papers. He said he had. How long was that ago?
A month ago.
Sorry.
So that's
A
30
month
days.
ago. 30 days
Well, it's-
ago, he
Aye.
had a guy come in. He described him as brown hair, short statue, black coat. He didn't seem interested in anything else, just the paper. And he also mentioned that he sold the paper as a set with the paper, ink, and stone to read it, which we didn't find. So, but that's all he could tell us.
Aye. Well, let's go return the keys to Mother Yalantha.
Cool. All right. So we'll say you guys do that. That brings you guys
I
outside.
had one more thing I wanted to ask her with
Oh,
that information.
Yeah, sure. Let me move you guys there then real quick.
As I hand her back the keys, I'll just say, "I thank you for your time and your patience." And I hand her the keys. Just one last question.
Mm.
One of the fellows, well, we got a description of one. Rather short, brown hair. Admittedly, he wore a dark cloak, and that's all we were told. Does that sound familiar to any of the fellows who didn't return?
Shakes another long pull. And as she does, she notices she's out. So she brings out a little like metal tray, taps the pipe on there, pulls out something new that roll a history check, or sorry, not history, a nature check for me. You can too, if you would like. Lando.
History?
Nature.
Nature's an intelligence skill, and I still roll like shit.
Don't you mean nature, brother?
Look at
All right. So I have
hate this.
I have the perfect reason for why the BigYin wasn't sure what was happening. So she pulls out an interesting kind of group of mushrooms and
Drugs.
what seems like a small shrub that BigYin doesn't grow naturally in the forest that you're part of, as most of your stuff is of a magical nature and it's medicinal. This one seems medicinal, but not something that you would use to treat pain or anything like that.
Or recreational.
Yes, Landy, you recognize this as the recreational substance known as the
Cannabis indica.
No, it's called the tightwad. The reason why it has this name.
I don't like that name at all.
Yeah, so the reason why it has this name that you recognize in Daggerford is because all of the uptight and very stressed out bankers and other business folk would take this to help them relax. So it got nicknamed the Uptight by all of the people that work with the Zentarum as they
I
were
see.
selling this. And so she kind of knocks this out and kind of like puts it into her pipe and kind of strikes the match to light it up. And she's like, she looks at you deeply, BigYin, as she takes this long, long, long draw. She's like, yeah, I fucking know who that is. It's one of the 6 that are missing.
Really?
How'd you find who? Actually, I don't want to know. I don't want to know what they were up to. I got paid. That's all I need. Ugh. Why me? I run a simple inn here. It's a boarding house. I don't expect much from my guests. They don't pay much. But my goodness. Ugh, what a headache.
Did they leave any signature in the ledger? Any name? It may be false for all we know, but you
No.
never can tell.
They preferred their privacy. They just put down the cloaked boys.
I see.
And I knew
The
who
Cloak
that meant.
Boys. Very well. Very well. Your time and patience are greatly appreciated.
Thank you, thank you.
You have a good rest of your day.
Yeah, BigYin, as you're kind of leaving her, you smell what to the first time to you is a wondrous smell. It seems the mix of these mushrooms and the other shrubbery stuff that looks like it was mixed in there draws you towards it. Lando, I would say upon seeing this, you recognize this as like someone getting drawn towards that substance. And in all your time working with the Zentarum, it was always a no-go for your group, your crew to get near that. So what would you like to do as you see BigYin kind of leading in towards it?
I'm gonna let it happen.
Wow. Okay. Fuck, I didn't actually think you were gonna let that happen. BigYin,
Sometimes you gotta learn.
sometimes you gotta learn indeed. BigYin, as you draw closer to it, Mother Yalantha's like, hey, this is mine. Not for fuck. And she starts kind of like moving away from you. And you're just drawn towards her.
And then now I'll
Yeah,
I'll just poke him in the back and I'll just look him up in the we'll lock eyes and then I'll just go no. That's it.
yeah, and as Lando kind of pokes you. Okay.
Hey, well, it just smelled so nice. I'm sorry for getting so close. I didn't. The smell was just so enchanting.
It smelled for some reason like home to you.
Yeah, I didn't think that would be a very good thing for me.
Home in the sense that like your special spot in the forest. Like
No, I know,
yeah.
and I'm thinking that's not a very good thing to smell way out here.
Yeah.
BigYin kind of like shakes his head, trying to clear cobwebs out of it, and is like, I thank you for the time, and I apologize for my disrespect. And he walks out.
And as you walk out, she's like, "Stay away from this. It's mine. Mine." Lando, you do anything else? Or are you walking out also?
I'll leave.
Okay. Cool. And as you see this, as Lando, you start to leave, you see her kind of like hunch over, and she does kind of a little, she's a weird gait to her walk, which you didn't notice the first time as she heads back to her desk.
Okay. I have another just thing I'm going to point out because all these people who have now weird gaits to their walks, I'm going to assume that's you trying to tell us something. And I think that all the people that went missing are now these people. Like they've taken their faces.
Ooh, interesting idea.
Or-
And as you, yeah. So as you guys are heading towards, we'll say at this point, as you start to leave, you get the kind of buzz into your head, BigYin, and it says, "Hey, BigYin, I've transcribed what's here for you to see if you would like to come and find out."
BigYin kind of just shakes his head because everything is starting to sound a little too loud,
Mm-hmm.
and the colors are getting a little bright. He just shakes his head and is like, he stops, closes his eyes, and tries to focus on the portion of his mind that connects to the earring through to Garfield. It's like,
Make a wisdom check for me. Just straight wisdom.
yeah, I'm working on it.
Mm-hmm.
Why am I rolling like shit?
It's okay. These days happen. Fortunately, it's not combat.
Like,
As you start to try to tap into
Adversity token.
no, this is not a saving throw. Remember, it's saving throws and attack rolls. Otherwise, you guys would amass infinite adversity tokens of all the checks you guys make. Yeah. So as they as you try to key into it, you key into what you feel is the Emerald Enclave network, and you hear a bunch of noises in your head. You hear groups of people arguing over the airwaves, and it's like very loud and like kind of overpowering to you. But you catch a few words here and there. You hear werewolves, you hear on the move, and you hear danger.
I shake my head and it's like, oh, that's not good. I try to tune back in to Garfield.
Yeah, it works this time. Not a problem.
Right. Thank you, Garfield. We'll be there. We're on our way. Expect Lando, myself, along with Cromwell and Elwarin.
Oh, how
And then
delightful!
I'll end the transmission and I'll wait for his reply.
He just says, "Oh, how delightful! I'm so excited."
I'll switch the transmission at that point to focus on the Emerald Enclave and Elwarin,
Hmm.
and I'll say, I may not be feeling well. I'm not feeling well, laddie. I caught away for something that's not agreeing with me, but I
what's happening?
mistakenly changed into the. I got a burst transmission from the Emerald Enclave. A very garbled, loud conversation about werewolves and moving and trouble. I'm there trying to sidetrack the party, but I think we may want to keep an ear to the ground. But that's all I
Yeah,
got. It was very garbled.
that I can check in with my parents to see if they know anything about what's going on.
It may be a good idea. We'll see you at Garfield's, and we begin to make our way.
Cool.
See you later.
During this time, Elwarren, are you trying to ping your parents, or are you waiting till after Garfield's?
No, I'll do it now.
Okay, cool. So it takes you guys like a minute to get here. It takes BigYin and Lando about 2 minutes to get there. So we'll see. You have about a minute to have this conversation before the other two show up.
Perfect.
Cool. So you kind of reach in to ping your father and mother. Are you trying to reach both of them at the same time, or just one?
I'll just try to reach my mother.
Okay. Yes, honey. What's up? What can I do for you?
Hey, how's it going?
Things could be better.
What's going on? What?
Let's say there's been a lot of activity in the forest recently after we stopped that group that was attacking the high forest.
It's been, what, only a day or two? How long
It's
has it
been 5 days.
Oh, really? Okay.
Because it took you guys 4 days to get here, and it's the next morning. Or
That
no,
makes
sorry,
sense.
it's the 4th day. So 5 days since the incident, 4 days since you left them.
Oh, yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah.
What kind of activity? My friend BigYin kind of chimed into a channel and he heard something about werewolves on the move, but he just couldn't make out what's going on.
Yeah, we've been hearing werewolf activities on the rise in the various forests, including the high forest. So we're just trying to figure out what the hell's going on.
And it's under control at this point, or?
I think we're fine. They don't seem to be going on a rampage or anything like that. They just seem to be stirring. Kind of like a sleeping bear from hibernation. It's kind of like that. Like they haven't gotten to full speed yet, but we can kind of see their movements starting to begin.
Any idea where they are coming from?
I honestly wish I had better news for you. It seems that this loop guru that attacked your friend is rallying a variety of different werewolves together. For what purpose? Not sure yet.
And where was that Loop Guru located again?
Wasn't the high forest, but we've been told that he's been roaming around.
Okay.
Seems he's got many connections in different places.
That does not sound good, but
Nope. But yeah, we will look into it. You guys take care of what you've been working on. I understand this that attack at the high forest seemed to be of very high import to your friend Ulrich. So I would yeah, so I guess just good luck.
yeah.
And so
Yeah, and please keep us updated on what's going on, and if there's any way we can help, just reach out to us.
see what we can do. And as she says that, you see BigYin and Lando kind of approach the door where you guys have been waiting outside of. BigYin, Lando, you guys are meeting up with Cromwell and Elwarren finally.
Hello,
Hey,
I am here. Welcome to the street.
BigYin is still a little dazed.
Sure.
The hell's wrong with BigYin?
He was just smoking some of that wonder weed with the lady in the
I would
in
not
the-
say. I mean, the lady lit up this great, gone big mushroom in her pipe, and I caught a whiff, and I got a wee bit more than I expected.
Wait, sorry, hold on. One more thing. Just so this is just a clarifying question. So
Mhm.
this is table talk stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Before when we were here, like in times past,
Mhm.
when we spoke to the lady,
Mm-hmm.
was she part of the, you know, the snails, crew, the Zentarum?
No, but you know this is a recreational drug that's spread around by you guys specifically. Like you guys are the dealers of this particular drug, and it gets around.
Okay, so she's not like a different person. I'm
Maybe.
still on that theory.
Maybe.
I think that she's a different person because you keep giving us hints that they're different people.
Maybe.
Because you don't change how you walk unless you're.
I mean, you're in the Zentarum.
I know, but I didn't pay attention to the way this lady walked. I mean, how am I supposed to know if they're like a different person? I'm not a fucking mage. I'm arcanically illiterate, except when I'm not.
Yeah, I don't know. I would say that the changing gait isn't necessarily indicative of that recreational drug.
Yeah, so that's why I'm thinking that it's some other homie who's,
Sure, could be.
yeah, like a little like face-off kind of vibe, or maybe like
Disguising thing.
Jim Carrey whenever he put the fucking mask on and the
Perhaps.
mask.
Yeah, perhaps.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
I don't know how he would suss this out. Maybe somebody with some magical powers could deduce the next time we're there.
Sure. Yeah, could be an idea.
Mm. Um,
definitely good observation.
Cool. So you guys have been hanging out outside of Garfield's place.
Yeah, I'll give BigYin just a rundown of what my mom told me
Mhm.
about the werewolves and what's going on, and so just he can put more context to what he've heard
Mhm.
on the channel.
Just so I make sure I got it down. Basically, the werewolves are on the move all over the place.
Yep.
Yeah,
Almost
yeah.
every forest.
Yep.
They're not concentrating anywhere,
Nope.
and the Emerald Enclave is trying to figure it out.
Yeah, no. So that analogy that she gave El Warren was kind of the indicator of it. It's kind of like a hibernating bear just getting out of hibernation. Like they're just kind of like waking themselves up and like kind of getting the blood flowing. They haven't done anything yet, is what they're trying to say. But they seem to be like getting like ready for something. They're not quite sure.
And it all points to the Luke Guru that he's running them up.
Mm-hmm. There's been sightings of this Luke Guru in a variety of different forests as he's getting the werewolves kind of riled up and ready to do whatever they're trying to do.
Great. Okay. Well, let's go inside and talk to Garfield, and I'll walk up now. So going back to the table, I walk up and knock on the door.
Why, hello, gentlemen. I've been expecting you. Come in, come in. As he opens the door.
Not focusing on any channel, just in the private space of his mind. He thinks, I bet you have.
Mm-hmm. So you guys walk in. Garfield has what seems to be 4 stacks of paper. The way that it seems to be set up is he's got a stack of 16 on one, and then the other 3 stacks are just of a single piece of paper.
Just before we get into this, did we ever count how many papers we had initially?
19, because there was 20 total, and then Cromwell ripped one and burned it up.
Okay. Just for us to make sure that he didn't take any, even though.
Or actually, sorry, there would be 18 because I believe BigYin double checked. That's what happened with one. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
No,
Okay.
I think that was Ulrich upstairs, because we also took one, tried to rip it, see if it's the same paper.
Cool, yeah, so a different piece. Yeah, so this one has, so 16 in one stack and then 1 of each in the other ones.
Yeah.
Cool. And so he's like,
Right. So
yes.
what can you tell us?
Yes. And he kind of hands you the Seeing Stone. And I will share this to you guys now. You should see a new handout under the Handout tab called Gather Information from Notes Left with Garfield.
All 18 of them?
19 sheets. All 19 sheets, yeah. So, for whatever reason, there's only 3 pages that has writing on it. And on the back, he kind of shows you guys the same kind of like magic circle. But the first page is the same one that Lando and BigYin saw the first time. Second one is slightly different. There seem to be some additional writing on there, which he explains does what he's kind of written down what these summoning spells do on like a different sheet of paper that he's just written down with regular ink. And then the third one he kind of has circled on his notes. And he's like, I believe that they've summoned a demon, and that's what your little friend Lando has in his fat rolls. I think that is how they got the blood. Quite fun, quite excellent. Let me know if you can't see those notes.
Got him.
Cool.
I'm just reading them all.
Yeah, that's fine. Just make sure.
So wait, he had 1 stack of 16 and then 3 individual sheets.
And he's like, those other pieces were blank. I think they figured something out. And that's when they left. That is my guess at least, or perhaps they have more than just these sheets of paper hidden away somewhere else with them. I don't know.
Well, we destroyed one, so maybe there was more information on that one.
Ooh! Oh no, you Oh! And then he sits there and his face goes a little bit more grave. He's like, oh fuck! Oh no! And the way that he kind of like shows it to you is the third page was the like top sheet. Because the one that BigYin handed to him was not the top one. He handed to him one in the middle. Mm-hmm. And the top sheet was the third page. The second from the top was the second page. And the sheet that BigYin had given him was the third page. So he's like, I think you tore the 4th page. Oh no. That would have been. I would have known whose blood you had with you if I had that sheet. But that's okay. My offer still stands, 100 gold pieces and some of BigYin's blood, and I can take care of that demon for you.
I don't know, lads. What do you think?
Um, it's your blood, man. I don't know. I wouldn't ask you to do that. So unless you feel like you want to do it, I think we can figure it out ourselves.
Well, we didn't have silver weapons. We didn't have radiant magic. We may
But
be
we
able
got,
to fight this thing, but I
but we
mean,
got
it's the
Lando.
size of a bean,
Doesn't seem
and
to
it's
do
been
anything to
pretty good
Lando.
about possessing us. I mean, Garfield,
Yes?
how much blood would you need?
A small amount, maybe enough to fill this vial. And he pulls out a vial that's roughly 4 inches long and like a quarter inch in diameter. I'll heal you right back up after I take this blood out.
Nick. Now here's the thing. You and I know that blood has a lot of magical properties.
BigYin, let's be honest. The amount of blood you gave me before I could have killed you or sent your soul to hell and damnation, correct?
And you haven't done it yet.
Well, all that blood is in that earring you have now.
Aye, I'm well aware.
So what I'm saying is, if you are concerned I will do something heinous with your blood, I think we can both agree that won't happen. At least, not
Aye,
yet.
that's a fair point. Oh dear God, I'm not keen on that yet bit. Lads, I'm not keen. I as much as I'm not keen about this, I don't know.
And as
I'm not keen about having a demon walk around with us, even though it seems that the fat rolls of our friend here seem to be a complete anti demon sphere. But we didn't know if like it may eventually possess him.
So the rest of you guys, as BigYin kind of turns his back to Garfield to kind of talk to you again, you guys all see like a just joyous, like mischievous glee on Garfield's face as he sees like BigYin struggling with this.
No, no, I'll not do it. I'll not do it. Not unless the group agrees. This is not a decision I'll make for myself. We cannot burn it. I didn't know.
I think we should keep it.
What do you think, Cromwell?
Yeah, so to recap for you, Cromwell, because you weren't here for that to see it in person, it required BigYin to make a wisdom saving throw to prevent it from moving closer to his face. Once it gets to a certain distance is currently undetermined from the group, you will have to make then a charisma saving throw. If you fail the charisma saving throw, the demon enters into your body. But it hasn't affected Lando in the slightest.
Because I'm too dumb.
It requires a 10 or higher intelligence to take effect.
I say we just leave it.
Where?
Wait, so if the demon if it enters the body,
Mhm.
we don't know what's gonna happen, right?
Yeah, there was about 2 seconds where it entered Ulrich's body and it was laughing and said, "Finally, finally," and then BigYin dispelled the magic, and its blood went out of Ulrich's eyes and back into the stick. and it had made Ulrich's eyes go fully black.
Ooh. Kind of interested to see it again, but in person.
Sure, this is something that you could do if you wanted to. You could ask someone to do it. There's a DC of 14 for each check, just as a reminder to y'all.
I don't know. I don't think I should be making the decisions here.
Well, they've asked for what you want to do, man.
It's too much pressure. I'm also too dumb to decide.
What does the heart tell you?
I don't know, man. Do I even have a heart?
Yes, you do. It's maybe tainted, but it still exists. Cool. Lando, what would you like to see have happen? Since Cromwell doesn't have a decision.
I said I wanted to keep it.
Okay. That's one for keep. Cromwell, no vote thus far. BigYin, Warren.
Before I make a decision, I want to check in with Ulrich and see how he feels about the situation.
All right, listen. I don't want to see none of that magic shit happen again. That shit was wild. I got stuck in Lando's fat last time.
I don't think Ulrich would swear, but that's all right.
He's pretty shooken up
It's
still
really
about
close
but
interpretation.
yeah, he's still a little shaken up by the demon entering his body. That's how I'm interpreting this. He's like, so I would personally just vote to let Lando have it. I mean, unless BigYin is okay giving up his blood, and we're fine chipping in 100 gold to get this thing taken care of. I say just leave it with Lando. Could be a nice trap. Hey. And that's as much as I will say for Ulrich's character.
Perfect. And I'll relay that to the group and just second that. I don't want to make the call for BigYin to give his blood. So if he's not willing to do that, if he doesn't want, I don't want to make it sound like he should. I'm just saying, I totally understand if he doesn't want to do it. So I'm fine with Lando keeping it.
Yeah, and as Ulrich said, it was very heavily implied that he doesn't trust the magic, and giving blood to a magic person is just always a bad decision, no matter what their intentions.
Oh, fine.
If I would be you, if I would be you, BigYin, I wouldn't give my blood. That's all I'm saying.
I'm trying to make better decisions. I'm sorry. I reckon we'll just hold on to it and try and find our own way to destroy it.
Okay, well, you let me know if it tries to talk to you.
I will say one thing to note is, from personal experience, Garfield is fairly trustworthy, so giving your blood isn't too high of a risk.
I'm still giving it blood, regardless who it is and how much you trust that person.
Yeah, but look at that vial. It's tiny. It's a 4-inch quartered wide vial.
Well, last time he gave his blood, he just had an earring stuck to his ear, and he doesn't even know what abilities that earring has besides talking to Garfield.
But that wasn't my fault now, was it?
No one said that, no.
Right. I'll sit down at the table and just kind of squarely look at Garfield.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you need this much blood? Will it all be used in the one ritual it takes to destroy this thing? And if you have any left over, will you destroy it?
Okay, let me explain how this is going to work, okay? I'm going to make a clay simulacrum, if you want to call it that, clay dummy of you. Put 3 drops of you into the dummy. Use the rest of it to create a binding circle for this demon so it cannot leave the circle. And then destroy it after we've asked it whatever question we'd like. Or, if you guys decide to keep the demon around, I'll leave it and I will either put it back into the stick for you, or I will leave it in this little clay figurine of BigYin. How does that sound?
The option is, so if I understand this, we'll create a body.
A golem, like a clay golem of you.
A simulacra. We'll put the demon in it, lock the circle so it cannot get out of the binding circle, and then we could interrogate the little fucker.
If it wants to tell you anything, of course. I will not be imposing my will upon the demon. I'm just here to enjoy this show.
Alright, that's fine. And then, if we want to, we can then execrate it. Yes?
You can try, or you can pay me money to do it. The 100 gold fee was to kill the demon.
Oh,
But I will not be doing that in front of you. As that will show maybe too much of my power.
I don't like this guy anymore.
I mean, if I pay for it, I would want to see it.
Okay, how about this? I will give you guys a viewing booth where you will see it explode into millions and millions of pieces all burnt up and charred. But I will not let you see the magic I cast to make that happen.
Fair enough.
You really didn't want to let us know what you are. We know you're not exactly human.
But who really is, darling? Who really is human nowadays? I don't see any of you as a human. Now, do you see yourself as one?
Fair point.
Well, humanoid. I'm no deity. I am not divine. I'm nae infernal.
He looks
I may
over to
have-
Cromwell as you say this. He's like, "Oh, he's going to make me a god! How lovely, Cromwell! You can worship me now, Cromwell, whenever you desire."
Did I say I'd make you one? I'm just saying there is more to you than we know.
And there's more to you than I know, because I don't have your blood.
Well, to get back to the topic, I have to admit that being able to interrogate this demon before anything happens does sound more interesting to me than just getting rid of it. And it might be, if you're willing to give your blood, be worth a shot.
I mean, to be fair, anyone's blood will do. BigYin was the one making the deal with me before, so that's why I said it was his blood. So Cromwell, Elwarn, if you wanted to give me your blood, I can do the same thing with that.
Oh no, I'll pass on that.
Well,
I will give my blood.
Wait.
BigYin, you were saying something?
I was gonna say I just rolled a D2 and it came up heads, so I was gonna offer. Cromwell beat me to it.
Well, Cromwell, unfortunately, I don't think your blood would work for what we're trying to do as, you don't quite meet the intelligence requirement, but I love your excitement and willing to, throw yourself into the fire with me, huh?
Can't say I didn't try.
BigYin just stands out his arm. It's like, fine. For now, the blood. We'll talk destruction after we're done talking to the thing.
Oh boy! And as you put your arm out, you see 3 metal constraints come out and like hold your arm in place. And he takes out a very large syringe. And he's like, "Oh boy, it's been so long!" And as he's going to stab it into your arm, yeah, go ahead and do that. Roll a d20 evens. You have a panic attack. Odds you don't. Cool. Odds you don't.
I don't.
You crit fail.
I thought a 1. I'm literally like shitting my pants. I'm trying to break the table.
I wanted it to be a 50-50, so I like the evens versus odds versus 1 to 10 and 11 to 20. I like that better in my head.
Okay.
And the reason why, like, you're like breathing in real deep and hard, like as this needle's kind of coming in to poke in, and as it touches your skin, you see it bend like rubber, and he's like, "I gotcha!" And he tosses it aside, and he's like, "Oh no, this will be much more painless." and he pricks your finger with a small needle, and then you see him kind of move his hands around, and you just see blood just kind of leave your finger painlessly.
God, he's doing blood bending.
And the blood just goes into the vial. As soon as he has enough, he closes your wound. You feel a surge of warmth roll into your body as your finger is feeling cold as this blood is draining through it, and you feel warmth just surge through your body after he's like,
and I get 100 temporary hit points.
I was going to give you something.
I was joking about the temporary hit points.
No, so you gain a sense of comfort that you haven't felt since you heard about Mr. Leader and what happened to him. You feel like everything will be okay after this kind of magic kind of heals you and soothes you. And he's like, I have enough! Now if you'll give me a few minutes to make this golem, it's going to be glorious!
If you don't mind, we'll sit and watch. And he pulls out a piece of paper and just starts taking notes.
He snaps his fingers, and you see the alchemy bench disappear. The room expands to be roughly 3 times the size you guys had seen previously. And you guys just see a long bench on the backside of the room appear. He's like, oh yes, take a seat. And you guys all, I'm guessing, go to sit down on.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit down and take notes.
Cool. As you sit down to take notes, a desk appears in front of all of you, whoever wanted to take notes and whatever you want. A desk appears, as well as paper, quill, ink, kind of anything you needed to do to write or do whatever you wanted to do. It seems to just appear in front of you. And I guess, Lando, if you wanted to drink a beer, there's beer next to you. Cromwell or Warren, if you guys just watch, you don't want to take any notes or do anything else, nothing else appears in front of you. You do see some food appear, and it's just like snacks, nothing too crazy, like some nuts, some vegetables, and beer or alcohol, or beer, tea, water, whatever you want, just kind of appears in front of you. And you guys just see him clap his hands, and a large, think like a children's sandbox appears, but large, like 10 by 10 kind of large sandbox appears. And instead of it being sand in there, it's just all clay and mud. And he's like, oh boy! And you just see him grab, his hand goes into this kind of clay substance. And as it comes out, you guys see roughly a 7-foot block come out. And he's like, he kind of looks back over it, it needs to be a little bit more. And he grabs a little bit more. He gets about 8 inches more of this clay, and he gets to work forming BigYin. It takes him about 10 minutes to do this. And as he's done, what you guys see is a complete replica of BigYin, but out of mud. Everything is an exact replica.
I'll just look around the group and be like, we should probably not share all these details with Ulrich.
He snaps his fingers. The kind of play box of clay and mud disappears, and it's now just a regular stone floor. He takes 3 drops of the blood, puts it on the top of the golem, and then he uses the rest of the blood to form a circle. And there's a variety of different weaves and patterns within this. BigYin, as you're kind of like trying to figure out what language this is in, you can't recognize it. It is either too old or of a language you don't recall, as he's just going to work on this circle.
Okay.
So you can try to like draw it. You can like try to like mimic it. But that's gonna be a sleight of hand roll, and it's gonna be a DC of 15 to get close.
Try it.
Close, yeah, not close enough. So you get a crude drawing of what's happening, but as you're kind of looking at what's drawn on the ground and like what you have in your notes, it's not the same. Like if you were to try to like redo this, God fucking knows what would happen in this circle that you're creating. And he's like, all done. Lando, my boy, will you hand me that, actually, no, don't hand it to me. If you could bring that piece of wood here with the demon, just put it right there next to this golem. Lando, I'm just gonna say, just does that because he's left. And he goes to sit back and he's like, all right, fun time begins. And you guys see him kind of go back into that like meditative state that he did when he was doing the magic for the mirrors. As you guys see kind of the blue, the red, and the purple kind of surging through him. And then you see the blood that was just initially just on top of this golem, the 3 dots, sinks into it. And eyes kind of pop out. They are looking. After a couple minutes, you see all of the like what seems to be flesh and color come to life in this golem, as it's no longer just this brownish red color. It starts to take the shape of BigYin. It's got the gray, it's got the brown hair, it's got the red earring on, and it's got his like greenish gray eyes as he just kind of sits there, not speaking. He just sits there, and he's like, I've done it, BigYin. Say hello to your twin brother, BigYin, huh?
I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Let's just say he's like you, but not like you at the same time.
Well, that's disturbing.
Yep. And as you say that, you see this golem that looks like you. If you were to stand next to this, you wouldn't be able to tell yourself apart if you didn't know who you were, sort of deal. He picks up this wood, and the blood jumps out, shoots right into his face, and the eyelids go black. And you hear a I'm free! Free at last. Ah, fuck. Fuck, I can't. And Garfield's like, I've tricked you, bitch! Goodbye. And you see Garfield walk away. And as he walks away, a huge wall comes up and turns into a room where you see a large screen and no door, but you guys can all see Garfield sitting there with some popcorn and some alcohol, just waiting for you guys to do what you want to do. Laughing, of course, but you guys can't hear anything.
Hey, well, I set over to a new sheet of paper, and I just kind of very calmly look at the golem and say, we may as well start with your name. Who are you?
You think I'd give you my name, lowly mortal? Names have power.
Considering you're an Enclave golem, and well, we can destroy it whenever we please.
That's fine. I'll go back to the stick. You want names? Names are something I should only give those who follow me. And then he looks into you, BigYin, and you kind of feel that same kind of dread sink back in that Garfield kind of washed away with his magic. Of like, you know,
Didn't I dispel him out of my head?
You did. This is something different. This is more of like a kind of fear that's just kind of emanating from him.
I use my knowledge of just the wisdom of self and the wisdom of my training to try and resist it.
I'm gonna explain what happens first, and then you'll be able to do something about it. Okay. Just waves of like existential dread just seems to like emanate out from this golem as the eyes are fully black. You start to see slowly an outline of wings appear on the back of this golem. It's no flesh or anything like that. It just seems to be kind of like an aura. And as he kind of looks to you, BigYin, you see small horns slowly start to creep out as they start to curve back and back and back. The rest of you aren't seeing any of this. It's just a regular looking golem with a deeper, darker sounding voice. But BigYin, and all of your fears are coming true. Mr. Leader is going crazy. He's no longer able to control his werewolf urges, and he's going berserk on your village and on your family. He no longer recognizes Furby and his children or your parents or anybody else that you are close to, and he's just ravaging your village, and it's all your fault because you weren't there to help him. You weren't there to save him. You weren't there for him when he needed you, and you're just racked with guilt as all this kind of happens. And now you can make a wisdom saving throw DC of 14 to kind of bring yourself, center yourself again.
Can I use one of those adversity tokens just in case?
Roll, like I said, it's a DC 14, and then you add adversity tokens to raise your score.
Okay. Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh,
You don't even need to use the adversity tokens. You kind of center yourself on Pan and on who you know Mr. Leader to be as a person to his core. You know that no matter how deranged or how crazy he would get, he would never harm those that he loved, a la Furby and his children, and you hope to an extension your parents or anybody else in that village. And so inside, you know, this is just an illusion. He's putting these thoughts into your head. He's trying to manipulate you into fearing him. And as you kind of blink and kind of like wash away this haze, he kind of frowns as he looks back like this normal golem with the, it looks like you still, but with fully blackened eyes.
So I'll just put my hand up to the guys just to remain quiet for a minute, and then I'll just shuffle the papers. I'll just kind of like cough, shuffle the papers, dip the quill in the ink again, make a couple notes, and I'll just stare at him and just let the silence grow and wait. And before I and then just like the notes on the paper read, fear-based illusion abilities can be resisted.
Yeah. So he speaks to you. He's like, I see you're powerful of sorts, but I sense something within you, BigYin. I sense that perhaps you regret tapping into a rage you feel you'll never use. What if I could give you power you could truly use?
Wow. Deal with the inferno.
And you feel confused. Like, how does he know that this is something that you've been like kind of racked with, like kind of not guilt, but like you've been concerned, like what is this like barbarian power to you? Because you haven't used it pretty much, right? Like you haven't really had a chance to tap into it and like use it properly. And so this kind of hits home a little bit. And he just kind of, and as he laughs, he's like, I can give you power that is useful. I think it's something you might actually enjoy. What say you, BigYin? Would you like some power in exchange for servitude? I can help you more than that god you think Pan is. But all I request is loyalty and servitude. Is that not a fair price?
BigYin stops. Literally, like his hand pauses on the paper. Like you guys see, I'm not sure if you guys will see it, but he realized, and BigYin's big fatal flaws basically is a couple of things: knowledge, and not so much power, but knowledge, and knowledge is power. He has fear, and in a pure table talk sense, I haven't used my barbarian powers at all, like almost at all, and it's not quite time for me to up those levels yet. But in a complete character sense, the BigYin stops and considers, and he considers, and he weighs the weight. What were you gonna say?
Roll a intelligence check with disadvantage, DC of 14.
Do I have to make the decision based on the intelligence
No,
check?
no. Just roll that. I'm going to role play accordingly. Cool. Take an adversity token. And you guys just see a smile come across this golem of BigYin, who's with fully black eyes face. Says, "Oh, I see something that you might not be. You might seem to be concerned with. My power doesn't require you to be charismatic. I will supplement anything you need, as long as you serve me. Knowledge, power, desires, anything you could want, I have the power to give."
I'm gonna like chime in here and just kind of like look over to Big and say like, you're not seriously considering anything he says or listening to this guy right now, are you?
BigYin is still holding his hand up. And he looks at the demon square in the black eyes. My master told me, and I never understood this until now, an old phrase of our people. Eat bitter, taste sweet. Eat sweet, taste bitter. And you dark-eyed imp, are the most saccharine thing I've had the displeasure of tasting. Aye, you make promises, you offer something to deal with the fear that I carry, with the worries that I have, with my doubts. But what I have learned with the men that I work with, my friends, that doubt, pain, sorrow is part of life. And a man that I misjudged when I first met him, who gave his life, well, his mortal life, for mine kith and kin, would be ashamed if I were to shake hands with you.
And
So no,
so as you say
I'll
that,
take your deal.
So as you say that, Warren, you feel waves of just pure agony kind of roll towards you. You see kind of all the times you felt like you've disappointed your parents flash before you. You see that monstrosity of a skeleton that you fought, and you blacked out on while fighting because you think you've lost. You don't actually think you've actually beaten it. But all the villagers from that town see you as this great hero who protected them. But that's that doubt, that like kind of needling within you that's like, I didn't do anything. That wasn't me, starts to creep out again. And you're still confused on what happened that day. No matter how much praise they've given you, no matter what your parents tell you about that day, it doesn't seem to add up. And this doubt starts to creep in that you're not this valiant hero. You're just a coward who got lucky. As waves of this start to roll into your head, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Oh gosh.
DC 14.
One thing I actually forgot about, I have this thing called Aura of Protection.
Sure.
Which I think it applies to everyone right now, right?
Yes, equals to your charisma modifier. Yeah. BigYin still wouldn't have passed his save. That's why I didn't say anything.
Okay. Charisma modifier is 3, by the way.
Yeah, I've been keeping that track in my head for what it's worth.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did I just miss?
You'll have to listen to the recording. Warren.
I still have to do that roll, right?
Yep. Cool. So yeah, so you save. But for some reason, the voice doesn't fade from your mind. It's just kind of echoing there now. You don't feel like there's still some doubt, but you don't feel drawn towards him
Yeah, so I imagine it like I kind of like stood up to tell Bacon like you can't really, and then I just got quiet, sat back down, and I'm all reserved now.
Yeah. And he kind of looks up and he's like, "Ah, idiots and fools, all of you." And then he looks over to Cromwell and Lando. He's like, "And you two are too stupid to use my powers. Ah!"
Oh, are we talking to the fucking piece of wood?
Yeah,
And
we're
it-
Talking to
golem
the
now.
golem.
Oh,
It's the same demon,
Same
different shape.
demon. Yeah.
wait,
yeah.
we gave the
Yeah.
demon. Wait, we
We
gave.
put the demon into a golem that
looks like
Garfield
BigYin.
created.
Let's try and interrogate it.
Oh. Well, how did you get it out of my rolls?
You
You
handed
gave
it
it
over.
to us while you weren't there.
Oh, cool. Okay, I'm
You-
all caught up now.
Yeah,
What's
you're
this demon's name?
you don't know yet.
Well,
It's not telling us yet.
Chestnut.
maybe you should try because it obviously has no interest in you because you're not intelligent enough. That's
Yeah.
what he said, not my words.
No, I already knew that. I already knew that. Garfield told me. Hello.
Hey.
I'm gonna just start calling him Frank. What's up, Frank?
Love it.
What's up?
Um,
What can I do for you? Oh, one without knowledge.
Oh, that's not very nice. I feel like me and you have gotten pretty close, sometimes quite literally.
No, that's why I can say this with utmost certainty. You may be the luckiest son of a bitch around.
Hmm.
I don't even understand how your roles work the way they do, but I've seen some shit within there. I've seen some shit in those roles, and I pity the fool who gets locked in that.
Gelatinous monstrosity.
You're something. I don't even know how you are a being of existence the way that you are. You deserve to be living with me and working with me. That which what I've seen is burning and caustic to the eyes.
Okay.
You could be a tormentor of hell.
Is that what you are?
Perhaps.
What's your name?
Names are powerful. I like Frank. Frank sounds just for what this is.
I don't like Frank anymore. You don't really
Okay.
strike Frank.
All right. So maybe you can give me a name and we can work with that.
You know, I did just give you one, but now I'm taking it away. So.
Yeah, I've seen that. That's not very nice, but I guess I haven't been quite nice either. So we'll call that even, huh?
Correct. You're just trying to infect my friends, fucking, pull some mean shit. I feel like you've been nothing but, caustic, just to use a word that
Now do you even know what that word means?
Maybe not. Do you?
What a world we live in where I'm getting berated by you. What a world if only Pan could see me. If only he could see.
I know that Pan fella.
Oh, do you?
Well, I mean, not personally, but we've had some run-ins, I guess.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How did he look to you?
He looked pretty good. Looks a lot better than you.
Oh, my boy, as he kind of puts his hands to his face. You've been deceived.
All right, let's get back to the topic here, Frank, or whatever the hell your name is.
Wait, so is this guy technically an inanimate object?
He is a golem that's been made out of mud and clay, and he is currently animated by the blood of BigYin, which is why he looks like BigYin, but with fully blackened eyes. You're not quite sure. So this is the first time you've seen this.
Could I set him on fire?
You could try.
I'm gonna try to set him on fire.
Okay, so that would require you to go touch him.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so I will give L. Warren, Cromwell, and BigYin a chance to stop this. Lando gets up from his seat after talking to this demon in the golem body and is approaching him to touch him to light him on fire.
BigYin just jumps up and tries to grab him in a strength check.
Ooh.
Okay. Contested
Do I get
strength.
to strength checks back?
Oh yes, 100%, 100%.
Can I jump up and help BigYin
Yeah.
to
So
give him
yeah, so
advantage?
BigYin will get advantage
Wait,
on his strength
wait.
check.
We're trying to fucking talk to this guy. I mean, he's not.
Oh my god.
Okay, so
Motherfucker.
BigYin rolled a 14. Now Lando, you can roll a contested strength check.
Well, how did he roll 14?
Because he
What
has
did he have
advantage from Elwarren. Elwarren's like helping hold you down.
Brother.
Lando shrugs you off as the oil and slick from his body doesn't allow you to gain purchase on him, as your hands slide off as he walks
Well,
gallantly
it's down to
towards
Cromwell to stop it.
this demon.
I will also do a strength check.
Okay,
Do I have to roll again?
Why
Yeah.
not?
we'll say this happens afterwards. Actually,
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Damn.
All right.
Well,
Shit's
now
about
I,
to go
now I
down.
give up, and I'm gonna cast protection from evil and good
on.
on Lando.
Okay,
I
put
think
the
it
spell in
works,
chat.
right?
Put the spell in chat.
This
I
is
have
the
this-
spell.
Well, he literally
Oh,
was
wait.
saying,
Are you
too dumb to
willing?
be affected by this.
Are you willing, Lando?
I mean, you could do whatever the hell you want, Lando. This at least
Sure, I'll be
protects you
willing.
from being
I'll be
possessed
willing,
by the
but
demon.
I don't get past.
Potentially.
And then the
Although I
only
guess
thing
you're
that can
just
happen
too
is I
stupid
just
anyway.
fucking set this guy on fire.
Okay, one sec. I need to review something to see what. Okay.
TM, real quick.
Yes.
Could I possibly burn multiple spell slots to upcast a spell?
Nope.
if I need to?
Your action was to try to stop him there.
No. I mean, just if this goes down where I think it might happen, could I,
What are you trying to
if
do?
I need,
Just tell me what you're
basically
trying to do.
use all my my remaining level 2 spell slots to cast Dispel if I need to.
Sure, that's technically possible.
Dispel's a level 3 spell, so.
Oh, then no.
Garfield
You
is
only have
also
level
still
3s.
like right there.
Yeah, Garfield is watching with popcorn. As he sees the three of you guys like try to stop Lando and Lando's shrugging you off, as the three of you guys turn and like look to him with like eyes pleading like help, the popcorn is just getting shoveled into his mouth. His eyes are like wide. Like this is like a thriller. If you guys are watching like a thriller movie, that is what Garfield is currently watching.
Oh, he's loving this shit.
Oh
right
yes,
now.
100%. He doesn't seem inclined to help at this point. So Cromwell, you approach the golem and you try to set it on fire. So you have to step into the.
Whoa! Not me. Not
Lando.
me.
Sorry, Lando. So you have to step into the circle to do this.
What circle?
There's a blood circle that's holding him in the body, that's currently keeping him on this plane of existence. That's what the vial of blood was mostly used for. So you'd have to cross that to be able to touch him.
And just so you know, if you cross that circle, more than likely what's going to happen is you'll break the circle restraining him, and he'll be able to attack us and do whatever the fuck he wants to us. Just so you know.
I mean, okay, I'll step over that.
No, by crossing it with your mortal body, it's like it's an ethereal barrier, but physical objects can pass through it. So it keeps him in, but if an outside physical object breaks the plane of the summoning circle or the binding circle, it breaks the circle, releases the magic that's holding the object interred in the circle in place, and that object now has free reign. We've effectively given this golem this demon a tiny clay body. Just so you know.
Just go for it, Lando. You do you.
I believe in him, man.
I'm gonna keep going.
Yeah, I like this. Sorry. You guys do the wildest shit, I have to fucking say.
It's new.
Cool. This is what we're gonna go with. Okay. So you approach and you step over the circle, not damaging it, right? That's the key you're saying. You're not like messing with the circle.
I'm gonna just do a little tiptoe,
Cool,
just
cool.
get right over it. And
Yeah.
fucking
So as soon as you step into the circle, you feel yourself get stuck. Your body is fully in the circle. Your hand inches from touching him, and you're stuck. Make a wisdom saving throw for me to become unstuck.
Oh, watch him do it too. Motherfucker.
You fail.
Why is it that he rolls like this shit?
He failed.
How did I
Wait,
fail?
he also got the 20.
He
'cause
fails.
still within
He still
10 feet of
fails.
me.
Then I'll use some.
He's
of
not.
My
He's not within 10 feet of you.
I will use 3 of my adversity tokens.
To make it a 20.
Yeah.
You
No,
still
but
fail.
What?
Yeah.
You still fail.
You already said you're gonna fail with a 21. So.
Well, with a 20. Either way, you fail.
Wait,
So don't
how is
use
he,
those.
How is he not within 10 feet of me?
I said the room tripled in size, and you guys were like far away on a bench.
But I had to get up to touch him to do the protection.
Yeah,
from
and then
evil
he kept
good
walking
spell.
after that.
I see. Okay.
Right, so like
I think
he
it's just
walked
confusing
past you.
because we don't have a physical reference.
Yeah.
We don't have a physical rep. We don't have a visual
Sorry,
reference.
here, let me draw something, I guess, for you guys. Sorry, that's on me, I guess.
No, it's okay. We're just having trouble visualizing.
Yeah,
it.
yeah. So
That's
like I
all.
said, let me draw it real quick. So we'll say that's the room. Here, I'll move you guys over to this map while I do this. We'll say that's the room. We'll say the creature is in a circle over here, like this.
Where did the 10 feet come from, though?
That's the
It's the shield
distance.
that Cromwell limits it
yeah.
at.
It's his aura of protection.
Oh, I thought it was the protection of evil and good that he casted
No.
on
Oh
him.
yeah,
because
no.
That
yeah,
gives him
I
advantage.
Well,
think-
That's nothing about 10 feet.
Yeah, but he said he didn't accept that. It's
I
a
thought
willing creature.
Yeah,
I thought
he
you
did.
said.
No,
I
he did.
did.
Okay,
He was
all right.
willing.
Okay, so you're taking a 21 and then you're adding your 3 adversity tokens.
He still fails.
No, that one passes.
Oh,
He has
hey.
protection of good and evil.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't know if it does anything.
No. Okay,
Well,
all right. Sorry. The
gives him
DC on
advantage.
that. The
I just
DC.
I can't be targeted by anything. Like I can't even be possessed.
Yeah. So like I said, so you're that's not what was happening. You weren't being charmed or frightened or possessed. That's why it was fine. Sorry, I thought you said you didn't accept the protection of evil and good. Sorry.
No, I said I would take it.
Okay, sorry. Freehand. The benches are about there. And so Lando is here. And then you guys are all like here roughly. Yeah, we'll say you were there. And BigYin was there. That's the spacing I can imagine. Then Garfield is munching on his popcorn over here in this space over here.
So do I touch the guy or not?
Yeah.
But, I mean, just reading that spell. I'm not quite sure what it does, but
Mhm.
it doesn't say he does. It doesn't say he gets advantage. It just says the creature gets disadvantage against him. And if he's already, it says if the target's already charmed, frightened.
The creatures of those types have disadvantage on attack rolls against the target. The
Yeah, it's
target
just an
can't also
attack
be
roll.
Charmed, frightened, or possessed.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not an
but
attack roll.
The target is already charmed, then the target has advantage.
Oh yeah, so that doesn't do anything. So you're still stuck. Thank you,
Yeah.
Warren. Yeah, you're still stuck.
Cool.
And here I'll just draw another smaller circle.
Why is that happening to me?
He has as you get into the circle, the radiance of his evil and like pure hatred affects you, and it kind of takes hold of you. And you're just stuck. Not in a frightened state or like a charm state or a possession state. You're just stuck just by the sheer magnitude of the power that's holding you there. And he kind of looks at you, Lando. He looks at the 3 of you guys, and he's like, why is he the one here? If it was either of you two, and he points over to BigYin and Ulrich, I would have infinite power right now. I could do anything. But with you, and he looks over to you, Lando, I can't even possess you if I wanted to.
And then I'm just gonna look back at my crew of people, and then I'm just gonna go, got him.
Yeah, we'll say his mouth is open with his anticipation to light this dude on fire. He's like, as his like, he can't move his jaw or his tongue to make any like audible noises at this point.
Nice.
Fantastic.
So I'm impervious to possession.
All right. I will make the four of you a deal right here, right now. Take it or leave it.
Who?
You.
Who's
And he
talking?
points over to BigYin.
Who's
You.
talking?
The
Oh,
demon.
demon. Got
Demon's
it. Frank.
talking.
Cool.
You took that name away from him, so he doesn't have a name currently.
Well, whatever. I'm just using it for now.
Yeah.
It's easier than calling him the demon.
So Frank looks over to you, BigYin. He says, You will accept and become my servant. And I will show you that Pan isn't alive. And then you will willingly and happily serve me, as I will give you everything he couldn't.
Doesn't seem like a very fair deal.
I mean, academically, I can see your point of view. But
I possess the knowledge of thousands and thousands of mortal years. What more could you
faith is
want?
irrational. And I have faith. As strange as that sounds.
Then I guess I'll keep this one. And as he does, he snaps his fingers. Lando, you can move again. But you can't touch him and you can't leave the circle.
That's okay.
He shall be my pet. As he just like taps your head.
Oh God.
When he taps my head, I'm gonna set him on fire.
Nothing happens.
Put him in your fat roll?
What the fuck's the point of this power if I can't actually set shit on fire?
So it's the same thing that happened last time when you tried to light the wood on fire. It just doesn't go.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it does. It means that there's a magic stronger than your magic that's preventing you from doing it.
I'm not doing any magic. I'm just staring at him, you know? I'm like telling him to combust with my brain.
Yeah, but technically that's still magic.
Wait, time out. Lando, think about what you just said.
Yeah.
I'm making him combust with my brain. And what's his current issue with you?
That I'm not very smart, but I have this ability to make people combust with my brain.
Not people, it's inanimate objects or like things people are wearing. It's like not even things people are wearing, I thought, right?
Yeah, but it can't be worn by somebody. So yeah, but he's in an inanimate object. But
it's still a soul.
He's made out of mud.
You could destroy the vessel. You could light the clay on fire.
That's what he's trying to do. Like I said, so it's the same thing that he tried to do with the wood, right? Where it didn't light on fire because something was preventing it.
Because the soul is possessing, because the entity is possessing the inanimate object, you can't do anything to it. The very essence of the demon touching it is preventing you.
Then I'm just gonna touch the ground and I'm gonna light that on fire.
The ground is made of stone.
Stone can be on fire.
Okay, I need to look that up 1 second.
Yeah, is that flammable?
I mean, if you put a bunch of wine, grease, or alcohol, if you put a bunch of alcohol or grease on it.
Stone is non-flammable and does not catch on fire.
Damn.
It's a useful material to create a ring around a burning wood. That's why I was like, no, I've used stone to make a fire pit. If stone could catch on fire, I would have died multiple times now. That's why I was like, no, stone can't catch on fire. What are you talking about? You can make a stone like hot and like fiery, but like he said, like pouring oil and like other flammable things, but you don't actually make the stone turn into fire, if that makes sense.
Why don't you try that powder of cleanliness now? Like that sounds like a good thing to use.
The powder of cleanliness?
Whatever the cleaning, that weird powder we bought.
Okay.
Because things instant. I don't know.
Yeah. I just want to. I forgot what it did though.
It cleans objects, and if you ingest it, it burns right through you as it kills all the like acids and germs and other bacteria in your body.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to shove it down this guy's throat.
Yeah.
So,
Throwing out ideas.
Is this guy technically an animal?
It's a creature of sorts. I wouldn't say animals.
Probably, he's probably too smart for that. Yeah, I don't know what to do.
Well, I guess we could pay Garfield to destroy the fucker.
Thought we already did that.
So when you say the name Garfield, he kind of perks up and he's like, "What did you say?"
Well, we're good friends with this fellow Garfield.
Hey,
He's actually the one.
the homie who's right next to us.
He's the fellow with the popcorn behind the screen. He stood behind you when he created you.
This guy turns and he looks through and he kind of like he starts to squint as he tries to see. He's like, I see. Okay.
So,
continue. Sorry.
Well, he's the one who helped us put you in this wee predicament you're in. Well, I say the wee predicament that we're all in, as it stands.
And you think this Garfield will help you?
If we pay him.
Interesting.
He's been trustworthy so far.
Interesting. Well, bring him out. Let's see what happens, huh?
Quick consult.
I don't like this guy's confidence.
I don't like it either, but I have like 86 gold. I will fork. Do we have all enough to make up the 100?
Yeah.
I have enough.
Yeah. We can
You have
put
enough
them.
to do it on your own?
I have enough to do it on my own.
Do you mind? We wave
Uh,
over at Garfield, and I'll pony up. I'll pony up a half. I'll put in 50 because it's my best.
We can all pitch in. It's like 4 of us. We can all put 25 in. It's all good.
Well, one of the 4 is unable to be accessed at the current moment.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll put in 50. I'll cover Lando.
But you're the one who doesn't have any money left. But
I can do the 50.
Okay. So I'll look over at Garfield and rub my fingers together. And I'll
you
just put
guys
my hands out
see
for the coin.
You guys see the wall go down. Oh, we're here to make a deal now. Yes, lad, I think I understand who you are now. Oh, this will be quite fun.
Well, would you mind telling? I sit back. I get the coin. You'll only tell me his name.
Nope, that gives you power over him, and I don't know what you'll do with that power. If I'm quite honest.
Well, I already told him I wouldn't.
How about this? I'm gonna turn around and just be like, "Will you tell me his name?"
Oh, that could be quite fun, actually. Oh, Lando, Lando will have to see this interesting predicament he's put himself in.
Right, we'll leave the money on the table, and I just take my notes and put my 25 gold down.
Yeah, cool. So you guys put the money down. The room again changes. Here, I'm gonna redraw it now. He's gonna change the room up again. Oops, it's over here. That will stay. And what you guys see is a large, almost like gladiator-esque kind of stadium come out. The 3 of you are kind of tucked away over here in the corner, and you guys see a wall, kind of like a protective barrier kind of come up. You guys aren't able to hear out what's going on outside of this, but you guys can see, you guys can watch. As Garfield stated, he'll allow you to watch what happens, but he doesn't want you guys to hear all the things that are happening. Garfield is going to go here.
I will not make notes of this at this point, since I'm not supposed to know.
No, you do what you want. You just can't hear anything. Is all that really matters. And Garfield's like, "Oh, Lando, You've done the most joyous thing I could have asked for. You've stepped into the lion's mouth, as it were. How does it feel, good boy?
Honestly, I feel not very different. I just, I'm just living.
Upon this, you hear Garfield say something in a tongue you can't quite make out. It sounds like a lot of staticky, like, guttural sounds, like is what it sounds like he says. And you see this this clay kind of golem that was looking like BigYin suddenly stop looking like BigYin, and it transforms into a small puppy.
I like dogs.
And he just looks at you, Lando, and he says, "You should be free to step outside of that circle now."
What's his dog's name?
His name is Fluffy. I think you'll enjoy him quite much once I'm done.
Am I gonna get a pet? That's fucking awesome.
And so you feel all that power that was holding you in the circle disappear. And as you walk out, he's like, "All right, good Lando, let's send you back with the other boys."
No. I'm here to experience. I haven't played with a dog, since my time in Daggerford.
As he tries to remember the town that he grew up in.
Yep. I totally forgot.
Yeah, I know. He's like, Okay, how about this? I will make it so you cannot hear what's about to happen, but you will be able to watch.
I mean, isn't that the same situation as the other dudes?
No, you get to see it at a closer view.
Cool. I'll take it.
He snaps your fingers and everything is silent. Garfield's mouth is still moving, and the puppy's mouth is like kind of like moving up and down a lot, but you hear nothing. Spooky indeed.
Can we try to lip read?
Yeah, roll a perception check for me. DC of 15, we'll say. I will give, if you guys have any adversity tokens, you could use it here.
I'll try for perception as well.
Oh wait, no, you guys have the +3, right? Because of the aura protection. Oh, it's a saving throw, damn.
Yeah, so 19.
Yeah, so BigYin, you see the mouth forming, and you recognize this to all be spoken in. Make sure you have the language before I say it.
Elvish, Draconic, Druidic, and Giant.
He seems to be speaking in Giant, but it sounds like an archaic form of Giant that isn't used anymore.
I just recognize the
sound
look
like
movement.
anything.
No, like, so when he's like interpreting it, like if you were to write it down, it would sound like very old broken English to him if we were to like talk about it like in regular terms. Where you're able to kind of get the gist of what's happening, but you can't quite get the full meaning of it, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Like that's what you're able to lip read. Like you're able to lip read this like old archaic Giant that kind of makes sense, but doesn't really make sense at the same time. Like it's not something that's spoken anymore.
Yeah. It honestly looks and sounds more like rocks tumbling than any kind of language.
Yeah. And you make out pretty much like you've come to the wrong plane of existence. I'm going to turn you into this dog until I feel you've repented upon your sins. You will not be able to do anything while in this dog form, as I will trap you there without any of your magical powers. And until I see fit, you will remain in this small dog form. And you see this puppy's, all of you guys just see this puppy's eyes go complete sadness. There is nothing worse than this fate that has been denounced, as BigYin's kind of reading this out to you two, as Lando's just watching in awe. as you guys see the blood from the circle start to well up, and you see what seems to be black energy getting pulled from the dog very forcibly. As it kind of piles up into a circle, the blood kind of zooms into it, and they kind of start to mesh together as this black and red kind of swirl of blood and this dark magic seem to get
Spider-Man 3.
maybe as they kind of swirl together tighter and tighter until you guys see Garfield open his mouth and it goes wide, and you see all of this just go down into his mouth. And he snaps his fingers. The room goes back to normal.
I don't like that. What happened to the dog?
The room goes back to
Dog is
normal.
right next to you.
Yeah, you see a little puppy next to you, fully made out of clay. It doesn't look like a dog. It looks like a clay animated dog, but there's no fur, is what I'm trying to say. And it looks very happy to be next to you, Lando.
Super weird.
And you guys are back in the same room that Garfield has normally. And he says, "Oh, what a joy, what a joy. You guys have a new companion now. Say hello, his name is Fluffy."
Hello, Fluffy.
I don't like the name.
"Oh, you're free. You feel free to rename him to whatever you would like. His name is Fluffy."
Slagathor. Out of one from Past Lovers.
I believe Slagathor is a... You know what? That's appropriate. I like this.
Also, he doesn't have any hair, so why would he be named Fluffy?
Point.
Sorry, that's just semantics, but we don't need to.
I thought you were gonna stick with Frank, but that's a different story, I guess.
Oh, I also like Frank.
Frank Slagathor, perhaps? Slagathor being the last name?
No. El Warren's right. Frank's better. I think
Frank it is. Okay. Well, you guys have a new companion. I think he'll be quite useless, if that makes sense.
Would be the first useless companion.
I'm sure. He doesn't do anything useful. He will pee, he will poop, and he will be just quite annoying, I'm sure. What does he do? Was that your question?
What does he pee? What does he poo? Is it mud?
You'll find out, won't you? It'll be quite interesting.
It's dust and then shit's mud.
You'll find out once you have to feed him.
Feed him.
What does he eat?
What do dogs eat?
Well, I don't know what dogs made of clay.
I don't either. This will be fun for you to find out.
What happened to Demon Frank?
Oh, he's gone. Don't you worry about that. He has no power anymore. He's still there, I guess, but he won't be able to affect any of you anymore.
You have no power here.
Yes, just like that. Great idea of how you did that. That's exactly how my voice sounded when you couldn't hear.
So, any chance you can tell us more about this demon, or are you just going to keep that to yourself?
Oh, he was he was a demon prince of intelligence, wit, and power. I'm honestly surprised, BigYin, you didn't take him up with his offer. Many of those like you who seek knowledge and power fall for his charms and his guile.
How do you two know each other?
Oh, I've killed him and sent him to hell multiple times now.
It seemed very scared of you.
He's a demon prince.
I'll look at Garfield and just very levelly. I will nae deny that the wee laddie made a very compelling argument. He almost had me snooked. But, well, I just couldn't disappoint Mr. Leader. And,
Oh.
Frank, I'd rather serve a false god and be disappointed, but know that the work I did in my mind was honest.
Oh, is he
rather than
talking about Pan again?
Aye, he was saying Pan was dead.
Ah, yes, that's a joke among some of the demons. I'm not
I
quite sure
remember
if Pan's
hearing it.
alive or dead, honestly.
Neither am I. I'll have to have a discussion with a few spirits I know.
If
Either
you say
way, my
so.
faith is not shaken.
Interesting,
Demons tell lies
interesting.
to obtain what they want. And as I said, eat bitter, taste sweet. The sweetest things in life are those that cost. No free lunch.
Oh no, it wouldn't have been free, it would have been internal servitude for the knowledge. So one could
Ah.
make the argument, you had it backwards, but that's okay. You made the right decision, I feel, at the end of the day, either way.
So Garfield, since you're familiar with this demon, who would have the power to summon a demon like that?
Oh! There are many spellcasters who think they are summoning a demon they can control, and often this prince happens to slide his way in and overpower them. It's quite entertaining, honestly. These foolish mages think they can control demons. Terrible practice if they're not strong enough, honestly. And I feel like he took a shining to them and perhaps allowed them to live. And he left them with this blood in hopes that he would take over someone's body in the future and bring himself here fully. That was just a fragment of what he truly is. That's why it was so easy for me. Normally that would have been very, very difficult, but fragments of what they are.
So you said he possibly left them alive. What would he do to people like that summon him by accident and he overtakes them if he doesn't kill him?
He'll devour their souls later, of course, adding to his power, but he usually waits for them to die their tragic deaths as he sees them, and as they die, he takes their souls and becomes more powerful. It's quite interesting work, honestly.
Interesting.
He looks over to Cromwell. He says, Cromwell, lad, might be best not to tell our other two friends that we have in common about what just happened, huh?
Why is that?
They might take you away as they fear for your safety.
That might not be such a bad thing.
Oh no, it will be, because you will not want to be what they're doing right now.
I am curious though as to whether Silas can conjure up a demon.
Oh, he can. He can, but he knows which demons he's conjuring. He's not like these weak mages who just pick any demon that will accept them. Silas learned, he learned from a very, very excellent pupil of mine once, long, long ago. That's how I know both of them, for what it's worth.
I see.
Don't worry. Silas won't be done in by some demon. He'll die a much more horrific death. As will all of you, I'm sure.
It's as if the wee man can see the future.
Maybe I can, maybe I can't. All I can say is, don't summon demons you can't control. And if you ever need training on that, you know where to find me and I can train you for a fee.
A fee. It's always a fee with you.
Mm-hmm. And as you guys notice, the 100 gold is gone from the table you had set.
Quick to grab that too.
So yeah, you guys have this clay dog that's just sitting there, looking expectantly at Lando.
So what I get from this is you donated blood BigYin, and we paid 100 gold to obtain a clay dog, and no information.
Well, it would seem that way, yes.
I would argue, just as a DM, that you guys got a good amount of information.
Yeah.
And we actually did.
I think all of the people who are disappearing tried to summon us home, and he took.
Perhaps.
Ritual sacrifices for summoning demons, all sorts of things, all sorts of nasty things.
Or he took them and like fucked their faces up, and then now, based on that information and all those notes and shit we found, they've like infiltrated this fucking town. So these people are definitely not who they say they are. I think I can say that with fact.
Perhaps.
Shit, the plot thickens.
No, we should go back and kill that landlady. And honestly, the homies, up there, the war vet and the mage bitch.
You just want to burn the whole town down now?
Yeah, I can go around and start setting shit on fire.
I do have I guess out of character, I do have a level 2 spell called Zone of Truth, where we could try to figure out whether they're who they say they are, but
that would require them to fail your, I think, DC 14 check, and if they pass, they've passed, and they're not required to tell you the truth. Just as a reminder.
Right, yeah.
And they're also aware of the Zone of Truth, so they can talk their way around it if they wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
I have the same spell. I haven't used it yet.
It's a pretty dope spell.
I also have
go around and start killing people because we do know that they are probably not who they say they are.
Well, for table talk, we are most likely or hopefully going to get that stone that helps us read that magic paper, and we have a couple more pages.
Oh, I have it. It's in my inventory.
Okay, yeah. So we have a couple more pages that we found in a different room that most likely has some more information on it that we should probably check out.
Sure. Cool. So yeah, so if you guys are done with Garfield, you guys are more than welcome to leave and head back to the treehouse.
I think that's definitely enough of Garfield for me today.
Oh, toodaloo, friends and gentlemen. Please come back if you need anything from Garfield. Need any more demons exercised? You come back to me, eh, boys?
I hope we didn't find any anytime soon.
Never know, they could be useful to your cause.
I didn't even want to think about it.
Yes, as you guys are leaving, Cromwell, you feel a tug in your bag as you're about to head off the door, and it stops you.
Is this my mask?
It is the mask.
I'll pull out said mask and turn to Garfield and say, actually, Garfield, I do have one thing to ask you.
Oh?
I ended up buying this mask from Volivo, and I'm not really sure what the inscription says. You think you can help me out?
Yeah, he takes it from me. He's like, let me read this. He reads it. His face lights up even more than usual. It's the same kind of glee and satisfaction he got when he was kind of teasing the BigYin, and BigYin was having like a hard time as he looks to you three. It's the same kind of look, and he's like, "Oh, this is quite an excellent mask. I think you'd really enjoy it."
So, what does the mask do?
How much money did you pay? Maybe that's the first question I should ask.
How much money do you want?
No. I don't. I'm just trying to see if you got gypped.
Oh.
Gold pieces.
Well, I was handed this piece of paper and I ended up paying 40 gold pieces.
Oh, that's quite the steal. That's quite the steal. Would you like to know what it does?
Yes, please.
It is a mask of many faces. And what this does is it allows you to change your appearance once a day for free, no material components required. However, if you put the mask on, it is now stuck to your face and will require a remove curse spell to remove it.
That sounds a little scary.
It's quite excellent. Listen, you can change the way you look once a day for free, but you won't ever be able to take that mask off unless you get a remove curse spell on it, huh?
What does it take for me to change back to my normal appearance?
Just a thought.
Ah, I see.
You have to concentrate on your appearance while it occurs. So it won't be useful for combat, but great for parties.
We might actually get a Cromwell face reveal. Holy shit.
I doubt he would do this in front of you guys.
Face reveal at 1,000
I definitely
likes.
would not.
Face reveal at 1,000 follows. All right, everyone, we have to put this out on TikTok to get the 1,000 likes for the face reveal.
Yeah, maybe 1,000 subscribers. We'll talk about it. Cool. Yeah, so that's what the mask is. It's a mask of many faces. Allows you to transform once per day into any creature of similar size. So you can't become a large creature. You still stay as a medium-sized creature. You can change your height up and down.
BigYin?
You can. BigYin's still considered a medium-sized creature. But I see what you're going for. Yeah, you can turn into any of the party members or any regular person you meet. You couldn't transform yourself into like an ogre or a giant with this, just because your size wouldn't match up with it. And then when you're done with that, you'll return back into normal Cromwell.
Do I take any attributes?
No.
Or is it like
it's just an illusion?
Appearance?
Yeah, it's just an illusion, and someone with a investigation check or arcana check that beats your DC, spell save DC, which is 14, would be able to see through this illusion.
Okay.
Does he have to have met the person in person to be able to turn into it?
It's just whatever his imagination.
Okay.
And then but the thing is, he has to concentrate on it while it's happening.
And if I've never met them, it's probably hard to imagine what they look like.
Perhaps, I mean, it depends on how your imagination is, right? So
can you go off like a description from someone else? If someone else met that person and just describes what the person looks like, he will be able to just pretty much replicate it.
Depending on how good the description is, yeah. He may not be able to match their voice necessarily because like he hasn't heard them before, but he could match the physical appearance if the description is good enough.
Interesting.
Walk around as Clyde and see what happens.
Are you doing that now?
No.
Okay. All right, cool. Yeah, so armed with all of this stuff, you guys are able to make it back to the treehouse, and we'll wrap up the session there. Thank you guys all for a great time.